So on the map in red, you have 8 MPAs. 5 are no-take zone, and in 3 others, only fishing tools like nets or lines are regulated. In orange, it's 2 fishery special zones. So in one of them, Marepa, the one at the right corner, you can use lines to fish there. And in Papeto I, you have a size limit for catch. So the 8 MPA is about 938 hectares, and it's about almost 20% of the total lagoon area. So in Moorea, local community don't have ownership of marine resource, but they have a right to use the resources, respecting the regulations. For the PGAM, so for the management plan, the governance, it's a co-management example. And for the management of this plan, several stakeholders are involved and playing a different role. So the government of French Polynesia, because they are the one who decide if yes or not you can implement this kind of plan, and they take the decision to make it enforceable not by the ministerial decree. Then you have the governmental organization, so they give technical assistance during the implementation. Then you have the local committee, composed by different stakeholders. You have the mayor, representative of the different populations, different activities. You have a representative of the hotel, of the fisherman. Then you have a local NGO specially dedicated to the management plan. And you have the municipality of Moorea, which is playing a really important role, and they are really supportive on the enforcement of the management plan. And then you have scientists. So I tried to use the enforcement chain because I'm going to focus now more on enforcement. So the surveillance and the detection for all the rules who are included in the management plans are done by the population, but we cannot say that the population really play a big role, because most of the time they are scared, to denounce that they saw to say, oh, I saw this guy on the MPAs and he was fishing and he's not allowed, because of the social pressure, because it can be his neighbor, and they are scared that the people then came to sell them and make trouble. So this is a big issue. Then there is the municipal police officer. So actually, the mayor, they have 25 municipal police officers in Moorea, and one just recently, beginning of the year, has been designated as the one responsible for the management plan. And then you have people from the fisheries department and the environment department. I put officer on off, but I think that it's deputized, the right English word for that. So they can play a role as judicial police support officer. So these people don't have a real authority to enforce the management plan. So they can make surveillance, they can write information statements, but this is going to go to the prosecutor. They cannot arrest people, they cannot give fines. If the information statement go to the prosecutor, then the prosecutor can say, okay, we're going to make investigation to see if we're going to pursue this guy or not. For interception and arrest, you have another kind of people who can play this role. It's what we call the gendarmes. So the gendarmes are depending on the French government. They are paid by the French government. It's not the same thing that the municipal police officer, because they depend on the municipality. So they are at the local level. The gendarme, and we have also what we call the custom border patrol. This guy can arrest people, and they can establish certified report. So when you go with this report to the prosecutor, you don't need to make an investigation. You can just take the decision, yes or no. So then prosecution is used at the court. And we can say that actually there are lenient regarding the fisheries violation. So when I went to the field with the municipal police officer recently, we saw the gendarme because there were, this doesn't happen often, but there were 2 on the lagoon controlling the management plan. So I get the chance to discuss with them, and they said that that's the case. The prosecutors don't really mind about fisheries violation because they think that it's not really important and they have to manage other things, except for one thing, the turtle poaching. So in Morea, I just get the data last night because I asked the municipal police officer to give me. Just to give you an idea, there is a real lack of human resources to enforce the management plan. So actually the municipality make big effort because they buy a boat and a jet ski for the municipal police officer to go and make patrols. Since January till end of June, so it's make about 6 months, they patrol 20 times on the lagoon. And I can tell you that to go all around the island, it takes 1 day because I did it recently. So it's big investment in time for enforcement for the management plan. So during this 6 months, the municipal police officer, he writes 76 information statements, and only one go to court because it was someone who was a persistent offender for the giant clams, and he get a fine of $350. But actually, the politic of the municipality is not to pursue the people and to get fined to them. They are more on education. So most of the information statements stay at the municipality level because they want to give awareness to the people. But they want to change the politics for next year because then they think that the management plan is implemented till 2006 now, and it's going to be the right time to make a higher enforcement and punish people who don't respect the rules. The main problem actually, because the compliance was really not really high at the beginning because the fishermen went against it. They think that these tools is for tourism industry more than protect fisheries. So actually the situation changed because they can see that there is positive effect. Maybe I'm going to go on my next slide. So, as I already mentioned that, but yes, Mike. So the different activities are population watch, surveillance, and essentially by the people of NGOs, police officer. They make patrol at night because the residents of the islands are making violation at night. The people that you catch during the day are not residents of the islands. So it's people coming during the weekend. So that's why actually they are patrolling more during the weekend. So anyone apprehended violating the regulation will be subject to an information statement or certified record to transmission to the prosecutor. I already mentioned that. And as I said, the situation should change soon because I think that the period of awareness will be enough for all the people to know in French Polynesia that there is some rules in Morea. So the limitation and the challenge, so the community need for subsistence. Actually, there is a big economic crisis in French Polynesia, so a lot of the people are going to fish for subsistence. So you cannot just let them without resources. Then there is conflicting interest between the several activities and industry. The compliance and information with people coming from other islands, specifically during the weekends. The lack of surveillance due to limited human resources. Trained officer, even if the situation will change because the guys who are designated as the responsible in the municipal police will train other partners. And the lack of the legal framework. So this is really important because the management plan is on the Planning Act. But in the Planning Act, you cannot enforce fisheries regulation except if they are already on the fisheries regulation. It means like this, for example, if you are making violation using nets in an MP and it's forbidden, you cannot be punished for that because the management plan is on the Planning Act. So I don't know if I'm enough clear with that. So it's problem due to legal framework. So you cannot enforce all the regulation in the management plan. So this is a big issue. So the advantage in Morea, so the involvement and the support from the municipality. the people from the community who are concerned by the management plan and the marine resources. And we have a biological monitoring who show positive results. So this is really important. The informant success, so it's positive result. The fishermen who observe and agree that some fish are coming back. And the diminution of some damage done on the shoreline by extraction or construction. So there is a lot of construction on the shore in Moorea. And since the management plan, now they ask advice to the management plan if they can allow or give permit for some construction or not. So this has a good impact on that. And the higher compliance with the regulation in the Moorea population. So the next step is for sure to work on the legal framework for better enforcement and education of the young generation. Thanks for your attention, and if you have any questions.
Any questions?
My question is, on the island of Tahiti, is there any marine protected areas on Tahiti itself?
No. We should have one soon in Te Ahupo on the small island of Tahiti because we are working on the population. And there is one fisheries regulation zone. It's a really small MPA, but people don't respect it. I mean, like, but there is, yes, one, I'm wrong, one fisheries.
And that's in Tahiti?
Yeah.
And
no, the one is in Fa'a, close to the airport.
Okay. And then outside of the MPAs, are there certain regulations on species? Are there specific species-specific regulations?
Yes. For example, for the giant clam, you cannot harvest if they are under 12 centimeters. Then you have a season for some species.
Thank you.
I can give you more details later if you're interested in.